So, with a name like Dr. Chaos, you'd think that this game was going to be the awesomest of the awesome, or some of the worst 8-bit shit ever to be crapped on a console. I would venture to say that people who bought it back in '88 were thinking, what could be better than Chaos, but Chaos with a doctorate? I mean, Professor Chaos is cool, but Dr. Chaos didn't limit himself to academia. He went for the brass ring. Dr. Chaos went pro. The story goes like this. You're Michael Chaos, brother of a crazy but absent physicist Dr. Jin Chaos. Crazy physicist is a plausible thing, right? That's about where the plausibility stops. It seems that Dr. Jin Chaos has been experimenting with warp zones and is now missing in his mansion. Considering how fucking impossible it is to determine what is and is not a warp zone, I can see how the mistake would have happened on his part. You open the cupboard or window to retrieve your guns, ammo, potions, or grenades, being the only possessions besides the house you seem to own, and you accidentally open that one cabinet or alternate dimension. You'd think after a while he'd start using post-it notes on the door to be helpful, but then he's also crazy, you know? Anyway, for whatever reason, the doctor's gone missing, and since it's always up to blood to fix their retarded relatives' problems, you, being the brother, have to go in there to get his sorry ass back. Now, being the brother of this guy, which suggests you grew up with his craziness, what do you go into his house with to get him back? An Uzi? Maybe loaded down like John fucking Rambo? Nah, just a knife. Fucking A. The only major problem is that you seem to have either the weakest knife in existence or your brother has a serious fucking rodent problem. If you stab a rat or bat, he fucking comes back over and over again to the point where it's damn near impossible to continue on without getting hit by one of them. And there's no way of telling how many hits it takes to make him go away long enough for you to move on. Well, fine. Let's just duck into a door here. This is where I became impressed with the game, and you see here, this is an attempt by the game maker to make a 3D space, and this is also where my praise stops. What sucks about all this is that you move with a pointer, using A to do stuff, but you change what you do by holding down B and using the D-pad to select it. There's no defaulting after doing something, so if you choose take or go and forget to switch back to open, you'll cuss a little. You'll also have to choose go to go back out of the hall or whatever. When I first put this game into my system, I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing in each room apart from grabbing items, and I had to have a quick look at an online manual which told me I should be looking for warp zones. How the fuck am I supposed to know what's a warp zone and what isn't? The only way to tell is to activate go on every opened whatever in each room. It gets old, people. It gets real old. Especially when some doors open to some Frankenstein dude. Of course, you get punted in the hallway for that guy, and you can't go into another room until he's gone, and then you still have to deal with the crazy fast respawning rodents. And that's something else. It seems that developers expecting telepathy hasn't stopped since this. I can understand in these older games there was only so much space to put gameplay and instructions, so developers tended to put the how-tos in the manual, and that's fine. But I'm still encountering games with the current and last generation consoles that have the space to tell you shit you need to know and simply don't. I'm looking at you, Dewey's Adventure. Your cuteness only makes me that much more irate. So we finally find a warp zone in some window, and it takes us to a jungly area with the same irritating fuckers in the main house, plus some little blob assholes. Let me also state that the gun and grenades do about as much good as the knife. It's a damn waste. What's the point of upgrading your weapons when they don't actually do anything better than what you have? To make you feel better about yourself? They can't possibly. There's no warning when you're out of ammo, and it takes pressing select to switch weapons, which actually takes a long time when you factor in the oh shit moment of realizing you have no ammo left, and then making the switch. After this zone, I pretty much gave up looking for others, and I'll tell you why. You have to take the jumpy route up on the top here, trying to beat the monsters that keep coming back, and when they hit you, you fall back into the bottom, have to go back all the way over to the starting point and start over. To make matters worse, there's a little spiraling bastard that's independent of the game physics that comes around to fuck up your shit. I mean, fuck this. So since I'm not going to play the game anymore, I took some time to look into Wikipedia. It says that there are 11 warp zones, and at the end of 10 of them there's a mini-boss who has a piece of a laser and guards some item that makes it easier for you to play later on. At the 11th warp zone you see the final boss named Ken Barian. Wiki doesn't even know what happens at the end, and I don't think I ever will either. It's not worth the strain on my delicate constitution to let this game enrage me, and I think that as the zones escalate, so would my rage, and the world simply doesn't need another Dr. Chaos enraged gamer. So does Dr. Chaos get a rating? Oh, you bet your ass Dr. Chaos gets a rating. It gets a 1. And the only reason it doesn't get a flat-out 0 is the name of its name in the box artwork. The original tagline was, "Do you dare open the doors to doom?" That's not a question I would ask. In fact, I would ask, do you dare play the game that makes you want to slap the hell out of the next person you see?